Gotta go real soft. Don't want to wake up the baby. Sold Not For Sale podcast. Coach Colin here. What we got today is how Trump used to get treated by the media in Hollywood and how he gets treated today. That's what Joe Rogan is talking about as he plays a clip from The View, which you won't believe how these ladies used to talk about him. But let me just sum up the exact way the left and Hollywood used to react to Donald Trump right here.
It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump. It's the Donald! Oh my God!
That's it. That's how it used to be every single time, no matter who you were, no matter what race you were. That's exactly what used to happen. And just in case I can't use that clip, I don't know what's going to happen when I post this. It was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Carlton sees Donald Trump and he faints. And that just sums it up right there. But other than that, guys, let's just get right into the Joe Rogan clip. And then I'm going to show you a bunch of clips of how they used to treat Trump after that. Let's go.
Right. So if they write a thing that says, hey, everybody used to like Trump. Like the show. You ever seen like videos of Trump on The View with Barbara Walters back when they liked him? You ever seen that?
Yes, but I can't remember what you're referring to.
You should see it because it's bonkers. It's literally bonkers. It's going around. See if you can find it.
Like Barbara's, he's just being...
Dude, it's nuts. It's like literally nuts.
Like Sean Connery saying you can hit women nuts?
No. They love him. They love him. Everyone loves him.
Trump on The View.
Whoopi loves him.
Wow.
Yeah, Barbara Walters loves him. Everyone loved him.
Approval. Wow.
Everybody was friendly. Everybody was like, they were considerate. They were talking nicely to each other. There was no attacks. It was a wonderful conversation.
Whoopi, I love your hair. What do you wash it with? Syrup? And they just laughed.
Have you found it? It's going around.
All right, so if that's, I'll look on.
Somebody posted it.
Bro, that's
God,
wild.
I can't remember who posted it on Twitter, but I was like, this is crazy. Watching it is just bananas.
Do you think they've seen what Shane and I have done at all? Do you think they've seen like people
Trump
in there?
For sure has. Yeah, this is it. Watch this. This is bonkers. Go full screen. This is literally bonkers.
Real estate mogul and a television star. But does he really want to add president of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to. Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
My friend.
Watch this. Just watch this. This is nuts. We're in an alternative universe. Okay? Because this is not that long ago.
Go standing O.
Bro, watch this. Just watch how this goes. Watch this. So she's a Republican. That's easy.
Yep.
But everybody else.
Joy
hugs.
can't wait to get a hug in.
Yeah, everyone's hugging. Look at this. Look at this. Kisses, hugs, kisses to Whoopi. Everybody hugs and kisses. Even Joy Behar hugs and kisses.
Even Joy Behar hugs and kisses.
See? Now watch this.
So I'm going to take you at your word that you have not decided yet when you're going to run, but you're thinking about it, and you've expressed some of your views, which are controversial and in many ways, but not to her. Well, not to her. Okay, you're a Republican, so, but let's say that you do decide in the spring, right? And your ideas resonate so much. On the other hand, we saw Newt Gingrich apologizing for his marriages and divorces. You've had 3 marriages, 2 sort of uncomfortable divorces. Do you think that
not really. They were very comfortable.
Well, we won't review all that. Do you think
Getting laughs right away.
that would bother anybody?
I think the country is doing so badly, they want somebody that's going to help it. I think the country is never been in a position like it is right now. It's being ripped off by every nation, every intelligent nation in the world, whether it's China. They're taking our jobs, they're making all our product, and then they loan us back the money, we pay them interest.
That is
whether
crazy.
it's OPEC.
That's crazy.
OPEC, which is
Look at this. Watch this.
a field day right now. How about the Arab League? They say, we want you to go in and attack Libya. These are the wealthiest countries in the world. Why aren't they paying us?
Okay,
Why
so
aren't
then they
they
change their minds also. But you didn't answer my question.
No, I did answer your question.
Well,
I really
you
think
it won't
people...
matter.
I think maybe 10 years ago it would have mattered, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The fact is, I think people want somebody now that's going to protect them and protect this country, because we're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way we're going right now.
The audience cheers.
Yeah.
When we have France leading the charge, okay? France, this is our new leader. By the way, they led for about 2 hours. After that, nobody's seen them. I don't know if you know that or not.
Geographically, so they should. Let me just ask a follow-up question to that.
Lead is the point.
Let me just ask a follow-up question to that. Let's say you run, You've given a lot of thought for this. Who would you like as your vice president? Possibly Sarah Palin?
Well, I think it's far too early even to discuss that. I'm going to make a decision sometime prior to June. I'm thinking about it very strongly. I think I'd do a really good job. I think I'd protect this country like it's not being protected. You know, it's funny. So many of the things I say, now politicians are saying, hey, that's right. Why aren't they paying us? If you look at North Korea, South Korea, we're protecting South Korea. They're making a fortune. Let's call it hundreds of billions of dollars of profit on us. We have 25,000 soldiers over there protecting them. They don't pay us. Why are they paying us?
You'd be treating this like a business.
No, a business with heart.
Okay.
Believe me, there's a lot of heart. It's a business, but it's also a business with heart. We will destroy this country. It won't be a war. If the economics of this country keep going the way they're going, we're not going to have a country.
You're kind of a social liberal, Donald. You know, you're a social liberal. Could you actually get the base to vote for you in the primary?
Well, every poll is saying that I'm the one that does the best. They're doing polls.
They actually have you a higher approval rating than Mitt Romney, Tim Pawlenty, John Boehner. But out of those,
So let's just pause and think.
He's very poised. He's listening.
He's
grasp
the 180.
Yeah.
That the media has taken on him since he decided to be president. Yeah. When you see the machine go after a guy, we've never seen the machine go after someone as bold-faced. You know, the prosecutions, the Russiagate stuff on television every night, all of it. And then to see just a few years ago, they loved him.
Yeah.
You know, he was like he was a Democrat, I think, until like 2000 and something.
Oh, yeah.
2008, maybe? Yeah. Something crazy like that.
Him and Clinton, I think they were all pals, right? There's pictures of them at Dave and Buster's and shit. Just playing skee ball.
Like, I think he said that he had to pay them to come to a wedding. Like, they have a price. If you pay them, they'll come to a wedding.
Pay to play as a spectator?
It's what is an accusation. It's a Trump accusation. So the thing about, it's like...
No, it was true. She actually did have to show up. There's actually pictures of it. And he threw money at the foundation, and they ended up showing up. And that's why Trump was able to call her out during the debate, because he's like, I know you get paid. He's like, I've paid you. I've paid your foundation. You show up to places. He goes, and he started talking about her speeches, because, you know, Hillary Clinton's getting paid $500,000 to speak for like an hour. It's like, what? Who? For real? It's so crazy. I don't even like to waste data on listening to Hillary Clinton, let alone $500,000. But in the position she's in and in the clout that she has, she's speaking to bankers and people of that nature. So it's very interesting stuff. Let's get into how they used to treat Trump. I mean, even just look at the commercials, just what he used to be. Like, think about today. Who do we think about like this? That's in everything. You know, it would be like Snoop Dogg. It's like Donald Trump used to be Snoop Dogg. Just accepted by everybody. Everybody would be like, oh my gosh, it's Snoop. Wow, it's so cool. Look at him.
Hey, Isaiah.
How you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
You know Melania?
Hello, how you doing?
You know Melania.
So good to see you.
Now, this is a winner.
I think y'all should.
This is just before.
And the pressure's on.
They're going to make him shoot a free throw, and they want to do it. Look, somebody grabs his jacket for him, of course.
This definitely is going in.
Come on. Takes a shot. Gets it in. They all cheer, high fives, applauses. Oh, that's how it used to be when Donald would roll up into a place. Who do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Is that Dilbert? Or is that Joe Scarborough? Well, I have to say, I have never seen them in the same room together. So Dilbert could be Joe Scarborough. Vice versa. We will never really know, okay? But even they used to like Donald Trump. How about that?
What did you learn, Mickey?
I learned that Donald Trump, again,
he's a nice guy.
he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he gave a wonderful donation to the Global Medical Relief Fund. My daughter's having a fundraiser. She worked there. Thank you.
Did he give you $100,000 like he gave Axelrod?
No, it was not that. Yeah, but it was really, really nice of him. Thank you.
What did you learn, Mickey?
I learned that Donald Trump, again,
he's a nice guy.
he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. Joe Scarborough saying, yeah, it's so odd. You would think, I mean, if it was today, Joe Scarborough would pound his chest and scream, Donald Trump is going to kill us. If it was 2024, he would just rip his coat jacket off and say, he is going to ship us all out of the country. He's going to put us in prisons, executions. He would scream it at the top of his lungs, and she would just be sitting there nodding. But, you know, back in 2013, when this was taken, he was a really nice guy, making really good donations. Oh, wow. Even Ellen, how about that? Even Ellen with the long hair, you know, it's still short, you know, but Ellen with the longer hair, back in the day, Ellen, 2004 Ellen, sitting with Donald Trump. Wow.
From being in debt to a worth of 90 million?
No.
What?
No.
900 million?
No.
Billion?
No.
5 billion.
Well, that's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, they say $5 billion. I don't know if it's true. Mm-hmm. But it's enough to eat and to live. It's been substantial. It's been great. No, I was down pretty low. I was down around 1990. I was minus $900 million. In fact, there's a very famous scene where I'm walking down the street with a very beautiful woman. And I said, "Do you see that man over there?" She said, "Yes." "Do you know who he is?" "Yes, he's a beggar. Isn't that too bad?" I said, "It is too bad, but right now, he's worth $900 million more than I am." This is a bad point in my life.
Right.
And she said somewhat naively, "What do you mean, Donald? He's not worth $900 million, is he?" And I said, "Let's assume he's worth nothing, but I'm worth minus $900 million. And so that was a low point. That was around 1991. And now it's, you know, the real estate markets have been booming in New York and elsewhere where I'm building. And I'm by far the biggest developer in New York. And it's been really good. It's been a great period.
Well, yes, it has been good.
The applause. Wow. You know, I mean, these are what, middle-aged, you know, very left-leaning white women that show up to an Ellen show, you know, all of them excited to see Donald Trump. You know, can you imagine? They go home and they're like, you wouldn't believe who I saw. Nowadays, they would be like, oh my gosh, I had to burn the Ellen studio on, I had to light it on fire because Donald Trump was there. And then their husband would be like, I understand. I support you. I'm glad you did that. That'd be it. That'd be it. It's crazy. And again, just in case I can't use this, it was the Ellen show, Donald Trump sitting there telling a very interesting story about how he was in the hole $900 million at one point, and he built it back up to about $5 billion. That is the type of stuff I like to see. You know something when it comes to building a country? Just a little side note. I'm going to move on to the next clip. But I remember, I forget who it was, but it was this guy who was a really big tech owner, billionaire dude. And he was saying how he never likes to hire people from Apple. And everybody in the crowd was shocked. And they're like, why don't you like to build like people from Apple? They're incredible. And this is, the iPhone just came out and everything like that. It had been out for a few years. You know, Steve Jobs, that whole legacy was still lingering. And he said, because all people from Apple know is that they sell a product and they make billions of dollars. That's all they know. They have no idea what to do if a company collapses. They have no grit. They don't know how to build things back up. So they like to act. So this person was talking about actually liking to get people who have gone bankrupt, who have had a business fall flat on its face, who have had to get back up and actually make something from the nothing that they've just fallen into. And I always found that very interesting. And I always try to be that way myself. But it's interesting that Donald Trump has actually had to do that, because when we talk about Apple employees, no shade on Apple, I am an Android person myself, but when we talk about people from Apple, you can kind of liken, again, people like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Gavin Newsom. Most politicians actually have this Apple mentality where they're just like, well, what do you mean? We're just going to tax the people. We're just going to take their money and we're just going to do what we want with it. Like, that's just what we do. They don't understand, you know, like, what politician do you know of that's had to watch the country fall into deep depression, a Great Depression, and then build it back up? There aren't many. You actually need guys like Trump, you know? I just find that very interesting. Let's move on to the next clip here, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a quick one. This is just as he became president, actually.
Dinner. Well, I want to thank Your Eminence. This is really great to be with you again. We love it. Governor Cuomo, our great senators. Hi, Chuck. He used to love me when I was a Democrat, you know.
And Chuck is screaming, "There's still hope," and going like this. How about that, man? Oh, man. And you know what? It wasn't just it wasn't just the fact that he wasn't a Democrat anymore. Everybody used to love Donald Trump. Look at how this woman reacts to seeing Donald Trump come to her room.
Thank you very much. This is the first time I've carried luggage for anybody, including myself, in a long time. It's been a long time, but it was fun. The life of a bellman and working in a hotel is never easy. Good job. Good job.
I believe that somebody just called down for a dog walking appointment. I always keep a dog biscuit on hand just in case the dog is either nice or not so nice.
Very good.
Please,
I hope it's not a vicious dog. Hello, how are you?
Oh my goodness.
Wow, look at that. That is not how that demographic of people react to Donald Trump anymore. That is not how. Isn't it funny that now it would be a middle-aged, or even, you know, it could be a middle-aged black woman, a young 25 to 34-year-old black man that would see Donald Trump and be like, "Oh, but before, this used to be it. That was the face." It's interesting how things change. You know, it's funny. Again, he was loved by all until he ran for president. And pictures like this are actually really sad, because this picture should be, you know, this was unity. This was a guy who was trying to help Jesse Jackson in the center there. Jesse Jackson's campaign was funded largely in part by Donald Trump back in the day, because Jesse wanted to become president. Yeah, I think he did that twice for him, if I might be wrong. But pictures like that should really be focused on, you know, unity. People came together back in the day. That's what we should want to see. But these are the pictures that they try to hide from people. You know, this should be a picture that people talk about more. You know, Donald Trump with Muhammad Ali, Jesse Jackson. I was going to say Al Sharpton. Don King. This is the stuff that people should actually be seeing. You know? This is how people used to feel about him. Martha Stewart, Oprah, you know, the woman from The View. I don't even know what her name is. Bill and Hillary Clinton. Yuck, get away from those two, Donald. What's wrong with you? This is back when Bill had everybody wowed with that sax. That's back in the day. People were like, wow, that Bill can play the saxophone and everything. You know, and then you got even Alec Baldwin. Look how things have changed. Jeez. It's changed so much. You know, Trump's getting arrested, getting shot at. Alec Baldwin's shooting people. Don't forget about that. Jeez. You know, it's just very interesting. And this is how they treat him now. This is how they treat Donald Trump now.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course, in the United States. Donald Trump, a couple times over the weekend, referred to immigrants from South America, Africa, and Asia. He did not mention Europe. South America, Africa, and Asia as, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, which it's not hyperbole. That does very directly echo Adolf Hitler's language before World War II. If you were to open up a copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf, you would find the Nazi leader describing the mixing of non-Germans with Germans as poisoning. There's really no other way to say it. Donald Trump's language mirrors this directly. The dehumanizing.
That's how they treat him now, you know? But the thing about it is that Trump has not changed. Oddly enough, when you really look into Donald Trump, he hasn't changed. I'm going to show you this last clip. See if this sounds familiar to any of you.
If you look at the payments that we're making to NATO, they're totally disproportionate with everybody else's, and it's ridiculous. As far as other causes that are near and dear, this is the cause, because if we can solve this, then we're able to take care of something that I consider to be ultimately of ultimate importance, and that is the homeless situation, that is the farmers, that is the sick. We don't have any money. This country is busted. And it's busted because we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing. If we had business ability in this country, we'd be making lots of profit, so-called surplus profit. And that profit, that money, could be going to defend and I literally mean defend our homeless and our poor and our sick and our farmers. And that's where we ought to be spending the money, not giving it to countries that don't give a damn for us to start off.
And that sounds pretty familiar to me. I don't know about you. I think I've been hearing Donald Trump say that. That was 1987. He has kept that same energy through 97, 2007, 2017. It's been a good long time. And he has not changed. But it's the left that's changed. Hollywood that's changed. Because they just do what they're told. They have absolutely zero integrity. And they will drop you the second they get the call from their handler, from their manager, from their agents, from their talent agency, from their friends, from their director who's supposed to be putting them in a certain role. That's just what they do. And they're willing to turn their backs and start calling you a Nazi and start referencing you, comparing you to Hitler and all sorts of nonsense like that. They do it to Tucker Carlson. He's no longer a journalist anymore, according to Jon Stewart in the mainstream media. Donald Trump is Hitler now. Tulsi Gabbard's a Russian asset. Joe Rogan's a far-right extremist. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, at the end of the day, he hasn't changed, not one bit. But the people in charge and the people in Hollywood, they're the ones that have changed. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and other than that, I'm out.